Alright, what's up? Back at it again. Day number 2 of Charizard. Honestly, that first episode was really good. Like, I know I said it at the end of the episode, but I am loving it. I really like this team. Now, for anybody who watched the stream that went on, and I'm speaking as if this is the day that I'm uploading, but anyone who watched the stream last night, my luck was not on point that night. This team was losing, my other team was losing. Basically, everything we had was losing to some weird hacks in one way or another. So, I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen again today. But even if it does, I think that'd be pretty funny. So, I would love to see some funny stuff coming out here. But Charizard looking so good here. Same with Torkoal. Charizard and Torkoal, like, not only is Charizard good against, like, my opponent's whole team, but if they have to go Cinderace mode, which Cinderace is one of the scariest modes for this team, we have our Burning Jealousy, which is going to burn that Cinderace. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Because, as I said, I think we covered this yesterday. If I Burning Jealousy and they go for an Airstream, they boost their speed, they become a flying type, but I burn them. Because anytime someone boosts their stats during the turn, Burning Jealousy burns that Pokemon. So, Torkoal being a pretty good counter there. I'm thinking in the back, actually, too, we bring Dusclops Tyranitar. Like, Venu could be cool for that Lapras, but I'm really feeling like Tyranitar Dusclops is going to be the way to go. We're going to have to see if I'm right, though. I'm not too sure. Like I said, this is kind of a new team to me. Still trying to test it out myself, as well as provide some battles for you guys. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good, though. I mean, the only Pokemon on my opponent's team that concerns me is the Lapras. Like, if we ignore the Lapras, it looks like a free win, but they are leading off with the Lapras right away. They get it. They understand. They know what they know what they got to do here, which is push that Lapras. Which makes sense. So a good thing about this position here is my opponent doesn't have any rock moves, which is the most concerning, obviously, for Charizard. So I feel pretty safe to just go for a max Wildfire and Burning Jealousy anyways. I don't think my opponent's going to be maxing the Cinderace. It looks like they're going to be Dynamaxing the Lapras. I mean, I got a feeling that they were going to be Dynamaxing it when I saw them lead it. It's just a little odd that they're going to be leading with that Cinderace, too. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Maybe they wanted to try to counter my Venusaur. They might be Lumberry, actually. They may be holding like a Lumberry or a Safety Goggles on that Cinderace, which would be really weird. But also it would make sense, because that would counter my Venusaur. So, they are Dynamaxing, but our Dynamax went first, which means this is going to be the Lapras, which is alright. That's okay. I don't feel too bad about that. Like I said, I think we're going to be getting so much damage this turn with that max Wildfire that this should set us up for the rest of the game. So they do bounce. So interesting thing about them bouncing, right? They are trying. This was a bait. So they thought if I lead Cinderace, my opponent is going to want to attack my Cinderace because it could Dynamax. So what they did is they led Cinderace, trying to have me attack it, and then they bounced to get off the field, which would have been a really cool play. It would have been a cool play if I targeted it. Obviously, you can see right now I didn't target it, so we are getting definitely the better end of this right here. As they do Resonance, but it should be okay, because this Burning Jealousy, that's not doing any damage. It really is not doing any damage here. But I do feel like we are in a good position to take whatever the Cinderace throws at us, whether it's hitting our Charizard or hitting our Torkoal. And honestly, I'm going to fire back with a max Wildfire into the Cinderace. Now, it's guaranteed to come down. It has to fall this turn. So it's like, it's going to be a sitting duck. It can't protect, it can't switch out, it needs to take this attack right to the face. And then I think, you know what, let's Burning Jealousy one more time. My opponent is in range of the Wildfire, so really Torkoal doesn't need to do any damage here. It really is just going to be enough just to Wildfire here. Gonna be an easy knockout on that Cinderace. Super duper easy. If we talk about for a moment, did you see that Charizard do like 80% to the Lapras? It did like 85%, which is, that's just insane to me, right? A neutral hit did 80% to one of the bulkiest Pokemon in this format. And, you know, they didn't have their Aurora Veil though. But still, 80%, that's insane. So Lapras, not as bulky as I would have expected. Maybe it's just Charizard being too strong though. Burning Jealousy, not going to take him out like I said, but the Wildfire, easy clean out there. That's looking really good. So now, it is a 3v2, but I'm feeling like going Dusclops here is probably the call. And then I'm totally switching out my Torkoal. They've got the Rain Up, and I don't really want the Rain Up. I want my Torkoal to be able to fire some more Burning Jealousies off. I think that's Rillaboom? No, it's Urshifu. Okay. Well, it's Water Urshifu, too. So, even more reason not to let them have the Rain Up. They're Water Urshifu. So we're going to try to Trick Room. They've got a Frisk. Okay, so Frisk is like the best ability for any Pokemon. Because now, I know that they're not Choice Banded. I know that they're not Assault Vest. I know the Kangaskhan might be able to protect, actually. Which is a little weird. But I know the Urshifu cannot protect. It also is it's most definitely going to be clicking the same move. Keep forgetting they are not able to Dynamax, as they do just go for a Fake Out onto Dusclops, which is, they're able to do that because of their Scrappy ability. Okay, so it looks like Tyranitar is going to get knocked out here by a Surging Strikes, and, well, maybe it lives. No, that looks like it's just going to KO. Just barely. But I think that's okay. Like I said, I think Torkoal on the back here is going to be good enough. Like, I definitely could not afford to sack Torkoal. If Torkoal gets knocked out, my Tyranitar comes on the field, and then once Tyranitar's on the field there, my opponent can just Surging Strikes through my Protect. So it was very smart of me to switch out there, not only to get this Sun in, but like also to allow for my Pokemon to live. Because if Torkoal went down there, Tyranitar's Sand, as you saw, does not allow it to live that Surging Strikes. So here, we are going to Trick Room. We're definitely going to Trick Room. I'm just debating Body Press versus Protect. I know I just said that you can't Protect versus Urshifu, but I was thinking maybe if they double up, it won't Protect versus Urshifu, but it'll Protect versus Kangaskhan. I think I am going to opt to not Protect here, as I'm pretty sure, even if they do double onto my Torkoal, we will take it. Because Surging Strikes is going to do a bit of damage, obviously critting every time, but with that damage, it should give us our Key Berry. As you know, we have our Key Berry right there, which activates and raises our physical defense by 1 stage. So Kangaskhan actually being the Fake Out Last Resort set. That is so crazy. But obviously not doing enough damage. Torkoal's really, really bulky. And it's literally just here to click Body Press. As you can see right there, usually you'd want your Torkoal to be clicking a fire move. But my Torkoal's time was spent best body pressing, getting that super effective damage off. With the boost in my defense too. Also, just so you guys know, Fake Out Last Resort is not a set that's seen commonly anymore. It used to be pretty common back in 2015 on Pokemon like Ambipom. But what Last Resort does is Last Resort actually does not work unless you've used all of your other moves on the Pokemon. So if you noticed, he only used 1 move. He only used Fake Out. And so what that means, what we just found out, is that Kangaskhan only had 2 moves. It only had Fake Out and Last Resort. Those were the only 2 moves it had. So, well, you may be wondering, why is that worth it? Well, the only reason it's worth it is because the Last Resort is 140 base power, I believe. So you Fake Out, and then you can Last Resort, but it's 140, and it's your only move. So I don't know, it's kind of worth it. Not if Normal's a good type, it's worth it. I don't think Normal's that good of a type right now, so personally I wouldn't advise anybody running that set. It's a pretty cool thing to realize, though, that you can run a set like that. So, while we're looking for another battle, I would like to say, I like what I've been doing. I like the little Pokemon up there. I think it's pretty cool. We've been doing some other stuff like that on the Twitch, but these are Pokemon Rumble sprites. For those that don't know, for anyone who hasn't played the game in a while, Pokemon Rumble is a really, really cool game. But we've been using the sprites, because I think the sprites are so funny, and they're a little nubby, and, you know, hard to describe exactly what they look like, but, you know, you can see it right there. They're kind of, like, rounded, which is really weird. So So we do have a second battle here, which is going to be against a Trick Room team, a very hard Trick Room team. This guy does not have a second mode. He is Trick Room or bust. So that's pretty cool for us, I think, because Charizard Torkoal is like really good at pinning my opponent down. Dusclops is a good Will-O-Wisper. I think I actually want Togekiss. Maybe I want Tyranitar. Let's go Tyranitar. I feel like I want something to hit Porygon, right? Because if my two fire types go down, Porygon, as you know, I can't hit it with my Dusclops. Dusclops only has Nightshade, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, and Trick Room. None of which really damage Porygon, especially when it can recover. So instead of going for something like the Togekiss, which doesn't really hit Porygon, I wanted Tyranitar, which can definitely handle Porygon a lot better. Okay, so they go Indeedee Reuniclus. That's a little odd. It should be okay, though. Because, like, we can opt to actually go for a Max Quake here. I think. Yeah, I think a Max Quake is the call. Or do we even Max Charizard? Maybe we don't Max Charizard here. What if we just switch to Dusclops? Let's just switch and Burning Jealousy. I kind of like that. That sounds kind of cool. The next turn we switch Torkoal out to Tyranitar, and then we're in like a really, really good spot. Because like my opponent could opt to follow me Expanding Force. That would be terrible. But I don't think they will. Because they really... Oh my gosh, they did? That's insane. Because like... If I stay in, and let's say I Wildfire Indeedee. If I Wildfire Indeedee, they just lose instantly. Alright, well I mean they got me. I can't really say much about it. They made the right play. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're definitely going to crunch the Indeedee. And I guess we'll try to Pain Split the Reuniclus. It's just so awkward. That seems like... I don't know. That felt like such a bad play from my opponent. Because like I said, they need Trick Room or they lose. So them not going for Trick Room just seems like a throw. But they are going to follow me here. And actually Expanding Force again? Are you serious? Because that'll knock out Dusclops, right? But now they've put me in a position where I've got my Charizard and my Tyranitar. I feel like they maybe won't be able to get up Trick Room. I don't know. I'm very confused. This has not been my battle. This has not made a lot of sense to me. I gotta be honest. Okay, Amoonguss comes in. Amoonguss is not a Charizard answer. We're gonna Wildfire that. And Rock Slide. That looks fine. I mean, yeah, I'm hoping for a flinch at this point, but like, doesn't seem too weird. I mean, they've been the weird ones, not me. Me hoping for a single Rock Slide flinch after all they've done? I don't know. Like I said, kind of just seems like a throw. Especially considering they have Amoonguss in the back there. Like, that just doesn't even make sense to me. Because Amoonguss, also not a Charizard answer. So if I KO'd their Indeedee there, I feel like I just kind of won. We Wildfire though. Knocked that Amoonguss out. Very, very simple stuff. Now, I could have... Oh, sorry, hair in my eye. What the heck? I could have crunched. But I felt like crunch wouldn't knock out, and my best play was to Rock Slide. I could be wrong. If this does about half, I was wrong. Oh, we get the flinch. Not wrong. I was not wrong, I guess. I have been known to be not wrong. Wait, did that just take no damage? Did the Wildfire animation just go off and it took no damage? Like, I was pretty sure that... I was pretty sure that it wouldn't be affected, but not taking damage? That's a little weird. Okay, so we're going to Max Guard Crunch, as I think my opponent's gonna rock, like max their Rhyperior, and Rock Fall my Charizard? I think so. I'm not really sure, though. That could be the Reuniclus. Reuniclus might be maxing. Nope. It is Rhyperior. I mean, I feel like the threat should be Charizard, because, like, we all know that I don't have Max Grass, but if I did have Max Grass, they would definitely want to get rid of me as soon as possible. So we're going to Max Guard, try to stall out one more turn. They actually Max Guard. Hold on a minute. That's not good. Because we crunch. We knocked them out. We easily knocked them out. Okay. Wait. I think we should be good here. Because they take a little bit of chip from the Wildfire. Then right here, we're going to be able to max Quake and Crunch. Right? And we are going to give them the weakness policy. But they, in turn, are... Why would they go for the double? I think that was such a throw on their part. I think they, like, look, that does no damage. I knew that that would do no damage. Their goal was to just forget about it. To ignore me. Let me hit them for no damage. Because, yeah, they get their weakness policy now, but now I kind of feel like I win. Weird stuff. So we crunch. That looks like a crit. Yeah, we do crit. I don't think the crit mattered too much, though. Okay. The weirdness has disappeared from the battlefield, but I'm pretty sure the Rhyperior is actually the one that brought the weirdness this time, not the Indeedee. Okay, so we're gonna Scorch Sands and Crunch. This should just win now, because they were supposed to KO my Charizard, and then once they KO'd my Charizard, next turn I was gonna be like, cool, protect the Tyranitar, but now there's no need to, as they are just gonna max Quake here into my Tyranitar. Like I said, me protecting was how I lost that game, so obviously I'm not gonna protect there. But that double max guard play. Even if they get the double, I don't feel good about that for them. And they just go down to the max Wildfire anyways. Alright, well, we won that game. Somehow this team is busted when we're playing off of live stream. When we're on stream, I think we went like 1-2. Here we've gone 4-0 total, which is just crazy to me, because like I said, the way that it performed on stream was just not satisfactory. Alright, well, that's going to be our 2 battles for today. I know it's a bit shorter, but if I did another battle, it could be around 30 minutes. I don't want to make it 30 minutes. So that's going to be it for today. I'm still looking for teams. If you guys got teams, I would love to see them in the comments. Teams that you'd be interested in me trying. No guarantee if you put a team there that I'll use it, but I would love to see some suggestions. As, you know, I could use my teams all day, but I feel like it's cooler if we can showcase some of the community teams that you guys have made. Give me a few options. You know, anything you got. Even if you don't think it's the best, given a few options, like, the worst thing that can happen is I don't take it. You know, no one's going to make fun of you for putting a team there. It would be super duper appreciated. Even if your team isn't picked, you may inspire somebody else to put a team there. So I would love to see some teams in the comments if we could. But that's going to be it for today's episode. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, as it super duper helps the channel out. And we'll be back tomorrow with one more episode of the Charizard.